It's day 4 here at Fiesta Series 1 Closed Qualifier. My name is Mr. Henry Batt, and it's time to thin the herd. A Group D elimination matchup between Guess and Arch. Now, Guess are going to go into this 1-0 because Arch failed to provide a team for map 1. So as we enter map number 2, exciting things could happen here. This could be the fastest 2-0 you've ever seen in your life if Guess can pull this one together. But Arch, no slouches. This is an advanced level team. Although they're not really doing great right now, 1-10, they kind of set their sights on the VRS grind instead. You can see Arch in front of you here. Websun for Malik, Wise, and Arviden. These guys played yesterday. Didn't really go the way they wanted. They lost 0-2 to New Vision. Now, New Vision went into that winter matchup. They beat Fireflux 2-0, so they found their way into the single elimination playoff bracket. As for this squad here, Arch, well, they got to take on Guess, a team that went 1-2 against Fireflux, and I don't even think they should have picked up a map, but Fireflux took the foot off the gas. So as we patiently wait for this match to start up, the loser, well, unfortunately, they're going to be joining Train Launcher and Subtop de France. The winner moves on to take on Fireflux. This is the second squad right here. This is Guess. This is the ESEA entry-level team sitting 8-2. Again, these guys lost yesterday to Fireflux 1-2. It's Rudix, Helkis, Baltazar, Olo. I'm going to mess up saying that name all day, and then Scrappy to make up the final 5th. Again, these guys are an entry-level team, 8-2, and I don't foresee any reason why, well, there it goes, the map veto, anything less than the best. It's going to be default heavy style maps. Both teams don't like cash. Both teams kind of leaning away from anything that's unrelated to default. They both like their Mirages, their Dust 2s, their Anubises, and their Ancients. And that's exactly what we got today. Anubis to start, pick by Guess, which means CT side for Arch. And then we continue sliding down the default train. Map 1, Ancient, ready to rock and roll. Again, 1 to the good. The Anubis, already gone. It's over. So now we're on to the second map. And this is going to be Guess's chance. T-side start, their map pick. All they're going to really have to do is get 5. And I think 5 is completely possible. B-site lean for the Arch side, but it's a straight push for Guess. Ahead of the utility they go. They're peeking before the plume. The Molly on site forces the fight back, and it's a great opening. A double push. Hellkiss slides to site. Malik plays trade, but it's only for 1. 4v3 in this post plant, and the troops are already here. The fact that Guess got on site right as those smokes plumes means they have about 10 seconds of reprieve to set up a beautiful post plant. That's exactly what they're doing. 2 cave, 2 ramp, set up Sublime. Webson slides across, taps the bomb, gonna force a fight, but no one believes it. That second wave of utility comes through. The USB trades, Baltazar. Good for it, but those dualies on the Discord scroll wheel swing for a first, make it a double. And all of a sudden, this 3v4 retake seems completely possible. Long-range spam of this Glock, can't find success. Arviden puts him down, but is there enough time for this to fuse? Oh yeah, for sure. Arch, pick up a pistol. Nicely done. I think these guys were struggling to find their mark on map 1. They didn't show up. I did a little research again on these guys this morning, and their Face It team is missing a player. So maybe they called him and said, come on, dude. Come on. Let's get it together. We're not having a fun few days, but we're better than that. We're an advanced level team in Europe. That means a whole hell of a lot. But a pistol, pretty good. No stress. Guess back on the force by a couple of Gleals, Mac 10s, or Tech 9s, MP7, and a Deagle. No Mac 10s. But A-side lean. No one from Arch is home. They've applied the pressure towards lower mid. They're seeing and hearing nothing. Rotates are on their way over as Arch about to play another retake. Less Fur from spawn can do massive damage. Ahead of the utility again. They go. They're on site before the smokes plume. Wise to it. Snaps the neck of the first, the spam of the smoke. Easy for Fur, and no bomb plant to come through for Guess. Elkiss 1v5 finds the first, but it's an unimportant frag. This round's going to trickle away quite quickly for Guess, and it's going to be the save coming through. Arch should find a third off the back of this. 43L1X in chat asking if this is map. First one's tech. Yeah, there's a tech loss on map 1. Arch didn't show up. They're missing a player, I think. It is what it is. They're back for map 2. They want to make this one exciting. Maybe they wanted to give Guess a chance. You know what I'm saying? No more tech issues. I'll try to pronounce this guy's name. Olaho. Yeah, we're with that. The research I did on these teams let me know that these guys are all between about 2,900 to 3,100 elo outliers on one on each side. Up to 3,300 for Arch is the highest, and down to about 2,600 for Guess. So players who know how to play this game terminally online, fighting through that. How many tier 2 tournaments can we get into? And the fact that they got into this one in a closed qualifier fashion through an open qualifier is pretty good. So these guys battling their way forward. I can tell you exactly how they got here. Open qualifier 1 was Guess getting themselves through, and I guess Arch got the invite because they are, in fact, an advanced level team. It is what it is. Tech issue lifted. Players back in the server. Deegs Tech 9s versus a pretty perfect purchase from Arch. It's just Malik on the MP9, but he's going to want to get aggressive with that thing. He's just stuck on B site. Hellkiss looking for one of those with that Desert Eagle. With the flash and go towards the cave side. Start to clean up. They push forward. Ramp pressure applied as well. And MP9 slides. Easy 3 frags found. 4 actually. It comes down to this final one lower mid. Should be the cleanup. Smoke to fade. 3rd on the board for Arch, and 4 surviving is going to be pretty good. Malik should be able to pick up that M4 as well. But he's just sitting on the money-making machine for now. Why not? As I sit down, it makes me yawn. I usually stand up, chat, but my back is hurting because I'm an old man. I am an old man. There we go. 3-0 start for Arch. CT side, they're happy with it. Guess? Probably not so much. But back in the rifles they go. And as I compare these two teams based on the groups, New Vision and Fireflux, definitely the standout teams, right? Fireflux Titan Seed. Guess and Arch, realistically, this is the group of death. You have 3 advanced level teams, and then you have 1 entry level team who's pretty powerful, 8 and 2. I figured this one was going to go 3 maps, and if Arch can pick this one up, then maybe it will. Well, it would have to, I guess. A little bit of a missed molly. Toes tickled. Wise burns himself again on the second. Down to 70. AK's on the other side with a good spattering of utility, and Arch realized the pressure needs to be applied. So here it comes, thick and fast. They take control of short side. No pressure back from Guess just yet, and as the smokes start to fade, gaps start to emerge on A, and Guess are going to walk onto this again, but the rotates here. Wise, maybe Viden through the donut side, supported by Furs. They start to fall back. They succeed mid-control, and they're happy to give it up. Final clear of bottom B. They're almost confirming no one's home. Spam through the wood wall, sends Strappy forward, spotted now, but the A side approach is confirmed as well. Trade's effective here. Fur finds a second frag, puts us into a 3v3. Bomb going to go down. Post plant established, and it's Arch who have to try to clear their back line in this deep piece here from Hellkiss, spotted by the Observer. Beautiful catch. Range Rook, the man behind the scenes, flipping screens, keeping me on my toes. 2v3. Guess look pretty poised to post their first. They have a Molly flash combo. It's just a single nade for Arviden, and with no kits and the money, it's good on the CT side, don't get me wrong. They can purchase in the next, but it'll be better moving forward if 2 survive. AK picked up. M4 going to get saved as well, and he might even be able to go get his own AK. It's picked up for both now. Extra pieces of utility. Arviden doesn't like the look of the Galil, I guess. First on the board for Guess, a nice little patient mid-take, late utility, and then just a walk onto the A site as they keep Arch locked in position. The tech timeout now is it's Malik to disconnect. Your guess is as good as mine on this one, chat. Malik's internet maybe disconnected, maybe dropped from the game. I'm not sure. Arch did forfeit map 1 as they couldn't field a full squad. And now as they go through the trials and tribulations of connection issues, I can hear some typing in chat just back and forth. Perfect, pretty perfect for the guess squad. One flash missing, it seems. But with $200, I'm sure they'll purchase it. CT side purchase is going to be perfect as well, including that AK on fur. Might get a little bit better. They're doing a pretty good job so far. That 3-0 start off the back of a pistol victory has given them everything they want. Malik back in the server. Guess, pick up rifles. They win that first round, but it's an uphill battle. They're going to be still looking for 5 on the T side. This is their map pick, and I think they'd be happy to close this one out in 2, but they got to start moving now. They're realizing the Arch pressure towards elbow and catwalk is pretty significant, but they don't. Arch really don't fight into Jaguar with heavy numbers because they boost up elbow, or they boost up the jump up box mid. If that can get mollied off, if Guess can pick up the pace a little bit, they could probably grab Jaguar for a 1, maybe a 2-player trade. Then it just becomes a little bit of a mid walk after that. Tech issue lifted. Malik back in the server. M4 enhanced. Full utility. Eyes in the minimap chat. Traded. Smokes towards lower mid. A second wave comes through. Elbow to be blocked, but a plethora of mollies and nades. Take the space for Arch is going to be heard by Guess. Again, that solo push through the Jaguar space leaves Webson pretty solo, but that jump up from Mur collected. Space held. And Arch, bated breath. A couple of smokes left for Webson. They have the 2 needed. But they got to block elbow again. Eyes on a little bit of an island here. Fur, re-smoke comes in now. It's the perfect timing. Right as the teaser about to pounce, you can see Rudex just sitting in spawn, waiting with utility to re-smoke. But as they do apply patience and respect this Arch utility, it really is Arch's turn to make the next move. And it's, are you going to fight forward on this cheeky little tight angle, or are you going to get yourself out? And it looks like the latter. Oh, looks like the former. They're pressing down ramp. They want this space. Full control, flash and go, and they're not afraid with 50 seconds. Guess. It's your time to move, and look at the belt of utility. Single nade left for the Arch side. It's going to be a brawl towards double doors. Because if they fall back and play retake, they're going to be completely shut out. They need 2 frags before this guest approach can even happen. Malik wary of it. Arvide in the only moment the nade, and he's over at A site. This B hit is coming through, and Guess at 25 seconds finally started to approach through the double doors, and the B hit is on. Distraction being made towards elbow. Nah, it's just a straight up execute onto the B site, and Flames force Malik back. Web tucked in tight. He's going to get cleared. Heavy clear. Frag found. Riv plays trade, or Fur plays trade, but it's too effective. Guess slide on site. Time is ticking. Bomb goes down, and it's a 4v2 going into this post. Arch took the space so cleanly, but they wasted all that extra utility, and they knew they couldn't set up for a post plant. Now, as they get stuck in, they're about to get isolated and overwhelmed. Fight forward, shoulder, toes spotted. Arviden on foot finder looking at default, but he knows he's got to clear this first right corner. Jiggle spots confirm his information, his inkling. He's got support, but it's over. Caught, locked, dropped, Guess a second. And realistically, a lot of time to do it. They had 9 seconds post-plant as they got on the site. And it was pretty good. Not bad. Again, we're seeing Arch's pressure being respected by Guess, but Ancient's one of those maps where you smoke B doors and elbow right off rip. Well, it clears by about a minute 30, let's say. You re-smoke to overlap, it clears by about a minute 5. You drop that final 5th smoke, either elbow or doors, and one opening is cleared by a minute, the other one by 45 seconds, and Guess they just sat back. They just said, yeah, no problem. Put their sandwich clamps in the air, stretched, took a sip of their monster, and said, Arch, you're not going to push through elbow, you're not going to push through double doors. We know where you are. And with a good wave of utility, they clear catwalk, and a second push onto site B, it's perfect. 2 on the board, and they've started to eat into the bank accounts of Arch here quite significantly. Webson's solo poke and prod towards Jaguar. He thinks better of it. You can see a little bit of a sigh from him as he's probably been told stop, no, and don't. Now, as guests obviously feel and read the pressure of the economy, they say we can take this space a little bit quicker. Grabbing mid control a little bit late here, trying to play spam, but it's Arviden's op to take the first. Ruddick's not happy about that one. No smoke to go into the choke point. They have belts of it. Burr is a great player. Burr is a great player. Realistically, on paper, this Arch squad should be winning this. But at the end of the day, the difference between a folded advanced team that's having maybe some interfighting versus a hot to trot entry squad who show up to play. All about 3,000 elo range, pug stars all 10. And as they work their way through the tier 3 scene, maybe tier 4 scene in Europe, I guess there's nothing less than a tier 3 scene. It's going to come down to teamwork. And Guess making this work right now. A slide through the smoke, and it's an easy first frag. Found the 5-7 MP9 combo from the secondary op and MP7. Worked their way onto site, but the crossfire better. 3-3 here as Arch's bank accounts are about to be busted. Guess looking clean now, 3 in a row. For them, all rifle rounds as well break the economy of Arch that they built up so cleanly over that pistol conversion and bonus round victory. But it's just patience from Guess as Arch pretty much gives them everything. Hey, we know exactly where you guys are because, you know, why wouldn't we? And if we don't, we're going to clear the space out. Ancient is one of those maps where, hey, you got catwalk control? Cool. Grab me some donut or Jaguar. Flash Molly deep into cave to flaunt the space. Where else could they be? Deep red room on sites? The executes are too clean. This is the perfect default map. Perfect read of the economy as well by Guess as they just flaunt this fight into mid. They know freebies gifted. It's Redux to find the first frag. Op misses the line. He's gifted a second chance and, well, Baltazar ain't gonna miss that one. Splits the wig of Wise. 308 to the dome, sends him home. Now 5v3, a second wave of utility comes out to confirm this default clear. They're expecting Arch to fight back into something, but the spam of the USPs confirms, well, their suspicion. Off towards B they go, and this should be the full execute. Overturn every stone, Guess, cross all T's, dot all I's, have 5 survive and build that bank account up. If they can do this with a heavy amount of utility as well, this is going to be a crazy good round for Guess. It is just the eco for Arch, but at the same time, you can survive with 5 and 2 pieces of util average. What does that cost you in the next round? Everybody throws a smoke, everybody throws a molly. Everybody survives, so you have a $700 purchase after being injected $3,500. Everybody goes up by $2,500 to $2,800, let's say, added on to what they already have, which is between $2,000 to $6,000. So an unbelievable 4th round from Guess. And these final frags aren't even going to go down. The Arch guys don't care. They're getting the M4s in the next. Guess happy with it. Baltazar gifted a freebie for hopping around. Another one? Nah, nothing done. 4-3 now. Guess making a case for the 2-0. They're happy to have not played Anubis. It's not one of their maps. Now I say this, Guess, my research tells me this. Guess play Dust 2, Mirage, Inferno, Ancient, and Nuke. Cash and Anubis are not games or maps that they play, but at the same time, they ban against the strengths of the other team. So the fact that this did come down and they left Anubis open means that they probably banned something like a Mirage. Thinking back, maybe the Inferno ban. I'm trying to remember how my brain doesn't work sometimes for those vetoes, but I should probably look it up. Guess another beautiful opening as the fight forward from Arch gets caught, and they're using the same utility belts again. It's standard default play for Arch to take this space, and they're kind of getting caught. They're aggressive with it. They were gifted a lot of this free space in the first 6 rounds. And now Guess start to pick up the pace. We saw 2 rounds prior where they knew Arch was on a little bit of a force by op, MP7, FAMAS combos. So they pressured use their utility. It was the second stutter step that catches Arch off. And now Guess pick up the pace again. And they go directly at Arch in those first fights. And they say, we know what utility you use to take this space. We're going to get ahead of it and we're going to find the frags. B-side execute to come up, but everybody from Arch is here and they're ready. Flash and go on the site. Triple piece up ramp, not a single frag found. Arviden going to try to block and support Wise on the long side, but a pre-fire through the smoke. Hell, just a little kiss. And now as the wall starts to explode in front of Wise's face, there's nowhere for him to go. He's got to take his timing to get out because it's done, dusted. A 5th on the board for Guess, cleaned up by you-know-who, Oloho. Arch are going to be kicking themselves for missing Anubis, I hear, I think, shortly. Guess's T-side, comprehensive. Arch, again, don't get me wrong. These guys are playing clean Counter-Strike. Smokes are hitting, flashes are used perfectly, mollies are landing. But Guess are saying, hey guys, that's now 7 rounds or 8 rounds in a row. You've used the exact same utility in the exact same spots at the exact same time. Whoever's IGLing Guess is just like, guys, take a stutter step, try this, move here. And they take the space. It's perfect. Force buy back on the CT side. Why not? Loss bonus adding up. Take your chances. And Webb's speed up call. Perfect. Hellkiss confirms a second. Here's the footsteps down towards ramp. So that's the speed up onto A site. Scrappy, Smoke, and Molly. He's going to stop Wise's ability to push through the temple side. They're going to avoid his gaze. Layered utility onto site gives them a chance to plant. And as the fight comes through into the donut side, it's fur to fall. Wise getting mollied off again. Second one doesn't quite land, but it's okay. Balthazar able to just hold his own, and as Scrappy presses his barrel up against the smoke, it's going to be a 6th for the Guest side. There's no chance for a retake here for Arch. 3v4. Going up against extra utility as well in the op poised. Balthazar does close that one line down, and this pincer maneuver from Spawn Temple closed out. Guess making a real case for this 2-0, and they won't give a damn if it's a tech win and a map win, because they get to go flex again and realistically try to take on Fireflux, a team that they lost to 2-1. I think it should have been the 2-0 for Fireflux. But as they get taught another lesson against New Vision, Guess might be able to, if they close this one out, they might be able to make that single elimination playoff bracket. As I sip my monster and lock into round 10, Guess double the scoreline of Arch. And that's 6 in a row. Awkward purchase for Arch coming back. Op supported by not much. And if they try to fight forward again, Guess are going to read this. It's the same play. Hellkiss's job is not to fight through this B door smoke. It's just to harass and listen. What utility is being tossed, how much space can be gained. And as he hears a multitude of utility towards Catwalk, he just calls for the speed up towards mid. Free timing to take this out. Utility belt's almost emptied. One final smoke towards elbow, but ahead of the core. Those the individuals from Guess. Oh, Loho. Probably pronounced your name horribly wrong, my friend. I'm sorry. But he has slipped the gaze. Wise, maybe to it. The AK on the cross tries to collect, and Wise very solo. He knows he's got to go for this fight. The jiggle peek and the pre-fire, finding timing here. The AK should reign supreme, but the speed of the MP9 slides. And Wise smashes back that first fight. AK upgrade while the rest slide onto the A site. Arviden here, finally hitting that first shot. Molly to his toes. He stays to play and takes 60 for his troubles. Next up, Fur should be standing tall. Easy frag found. It's actually Wise from a distance to collect. All of a sudden, Hellkiss gets caught, and Arch with a flawless find a 4th. Okay, Guess. No stress, boys. No stress at all. That's okay. The change of pace there from Arch gives them kind of what they needed, I guess, right? They apply the pressure in towards mid, and what do after that? They immediately fall back. Good timing to fight in towards Red Room, but getting caught out a little bit. I think Guess could have probably supported that fight for Oloho into Red Room. They had the utility to flash him forward. They could have mollied out whatever they wanted. And did I just see on one of those players' screens that they were opening a case? Was that Malik or Arviden? It'd be kind of cool if we could see their personal screen opening up cases in the middle of a game. Fourth tech time out here within the first map. Leads me to believe this is probably why Arch didn't show up for match 1. We'll call this the first great purchase for Arch. They have pretty much everything they need. Now, I'll still call this a full purchase. Fur missing a helmet. And he's missing a kit. That's okay. 3 AKs, overwhelm at that point. Perfect purchase for the T side, AKs and the op. Only 2 M4s, 1 M4 on the scene here. It's Webson, and if he's playing towards Jaguar side, it might not be his time to poke and prod. But we're going to have to watch and find out. This is a chance for the boys to kind of chat. I know it's a tech issue, tech timeout. They shouldn't be talking during it, but it's online Counter-Strike. I don't know if you can control that. Not sure if it's in the rules or not. How's everybody in chat doing? I can see you guys getting a little hype over there. KAKHSJJS. I'm not even going to try to pronounce your name. What's up? How's it going? I feel like you're an Arch fan. Tom Hank. Yeah, Arch is probably the favorite. James, I don't think they are, bro. I don't think they are. I think all these players are individually amazing. They just make some mistakes, and if you're allowing emotions off of a bet to get to you, well, this is a great place to be because you can't hurt me. You can't hurt these players. They know what they're doing. Let it all out, and we'll let Nightbot deal with you, you know? You know what I'm saying? Welcome. Tech issue lifted. We're back into this one. I want to call this the first full purchase round, but I remember round 4, Arch had pretty much everything they needed. It's an MP9. That's okay. Back to basics here as the minimap set ablaze. Friggin' 6 mollies tossed and more pressure from Arch down B ramp, but the speed up this time is actually super clean. Helkiss took his timing through that smoke, disrespected it perfectly, and just trying to play the trade off of this mid mantle. And guess feel they need to clear this back out, and Archer about to get caught. Smoke to fade, flash and go, tails tucked. Webson gets himself out, and the fact that he didn't fight through Jaguar, perfect call. Didn't think it was smart, so he went down towards ramp. He's not listening to me, but it is what it is. Baltazar finds R. Viden. That's op the op damage, and Hellkiss knows his angles. Wiggles into it, but Pouch spotted, but Malik too quick. Targets of opportunity overwhelm Hellkiss. Now another solo venture through the cave side. And I don't know how to say his name. He failed that red room push prior, but it doesn't even matter now. Great flash and a double. That's scrappy to find that, and that kind of starts to open up this B site, but with 40 seconds, rotates her in from Arch, and see you later, Alligator. Guess sprint towards the A site. It's going to be a 2v2 in the post. Molly, nade, AK's coming for them. Baltazar to post for that CT fight, and with no smoke for the cross, this should be an easy first frag. Ooh, spots the leg, the jump back into it for Fur. No, his pathing not clean, crossing the site, and it's Baltazar to double. Easy 5 frags for those 2 stars. Scrappy and Baltazar full house. Close to 7th, and Arch finally on that full purchase, the actual full purchase, and they decide to push the ramp, gain the information, but then they're too afraid to stay and play because they wasted so much utility. I can't say wasted. They ran their default, and it's a heavy util one, so they couldn't continuously block. They lost the cave space. They knew they were going to get caught on ramps. They got themselves out. Nice 7th. Double up setup CT side this time. And I think guests are pretty happy so far with 7. This is their map pick. Take the scalp of Arch in this kind of fashion. I mean, I would take it. More aggression towards ramp side as Webson realizes guests don't want to fight for most of this space. And as he's solo, that space turns into his face getting ripped off. Great AK work. Opening fight again goes Guess's way. And as they're patient waiting for this re-aggress from the Arch side, they're going to get gifted something in towards mid. Baltazar almost had that nade fight. Arviden poking, prodding, Staples. Fur finds a frag as well. That second op now noted, and it's Guess's turn to execute, and they have the utility. Here it comes. B-site March. Malik longside, looking for the first, and they're patient with it. They're not even wasting utility. The op is here for Fur, and he's on the line, but they're ahead of it just slightly now. Malik's timing to peak. Great, good for the Furs, making a double, and they close the round out quick. 5 for Arch to finish the half, and they're going to have to enjoy that. A string of 6 rifle rounds by Guess as they apply protocol after protocol. Hey, we know you're fighting forward. We'll be patient. We'll be patient again. We're going to be patient again. Just kidding, we're going fast. That was kind of the guest play style, and Arch got caught a few too many times. But once they start realizing, hey, if we take B ramp space from them and we force them into the choke points of mid, they're going to make some silly mistakes, and they do. It's an entry-level team. This happens. Arch, an important pistol. P250 for Arviden. Smoke flash for Malik. It looks like they want to grab a little bit of A space here, but it's a 4-stack for Guess on the B site. It's just the jump spot towards top mid. Rodix rocked. That P25-0 comes back in spades. First frag goes their way, and it's a B ramp push now from Guess. They're going to try to gain this space. USPs reign supreme from this distance. No Glocks up close. Webson exposed, and now he's caught. Guys, I saw 2 speed up towards A. That's the call, and they start moving. Labored retake going to come in from the Guest side. Webb trusting that a 1v1 is going to go his way, but well, Balthazar clips his wings. Scrappy's now here, tucked in Temple. How deep is your clear? It's going to be a 3-pronged retake, maybe a 4. And if Guest can move quick enough, they might be able to find this. Tuck in tight. This is your fight. Can't even find it. Fur fragged. Nice job. Scrappy plays trade. Good enough. And as he gets on the site, he calls for the support. Single smoke from Balthazar. He has a kid as well, so they can drop it. All 3 are in A main. That's a smoke on. Now they just got to stick and hold, sliding through the smoke, looking for this fight. Scrappy playing bodyguard, and it's getting diffused right under their nose. Guess pull it apart, and no way, Arch, you fumbled that one. That was a 4v5 as you got, or a 5v4 as you guys entered the A site. Bomb went down, and Guess's tricky slip into A main confirms it. They slide through on all the choke points. 1 CT, 1 Temple, 1 Donut, and they just plug it. Smoke and go. And that forces Arch into attack. Maybe it's Scrappy who disconnected. We don't know yet, but Guess are probably licking their lips. As it is going to be the force back for Arch. And if they can do what Arch did to them 3 in a row, well, Guess will be up to 10. You guys are going wild in chat. Tom Hank, we know you're a 3,500 rated pug star, bro. You know all the moves. You never make mistakes. It's the life of the gamer. Life of the gamer. James, same thing. I guess you guys do OQ at 3,500. You guys are next up to Vitality. It's easier to be mean than not say anything at all, it seems. Arviden doubles down with that AK, and he's putting in some work with this so far. A little bit of a fumble, and he found that frag through Red Room Smoke and into Donut. Guess, give it up immediately. They just bend over and say, come on in. No way. And they're just going to straight up execute onto this one solo player. It's an M4 on site. Scrappy needs to go massive. First frag found. Tickles the toes of Wise, but he's got to step up to the plate again. Flash, peek. 10 rounds in the mag. No one's there. Quick reload. He's asking for some support, and the cavalry's on the way. Smoke towards the short side. Forces him forward with a flame on default, and he's looking for a fight towards ramp. He doesn't check his left. The 4-3 comes back to fail him. Long-range fight for Helkis with the M4, an unlikely miss. A spam through the smoke with the MP9, but overwhelmed. Arch about to beat back that force by, I guess, from Guess's CT side after a beautiful pistol win. A chance now. Low HP for the last 3. Gap is closing behind him. Swings for the fight. Gets the dink, but Wise to it. And that's a 6th. Arch. Take a deep breath, boys. You could tie this scoreline right now. Tom Hank trying to jinx them here in chat. Don't do it, Guess. You can 2-0 them. Forced by back on the CT side after a little bit of a fumble, but what are you going to do? When Arviden just swings for success on that second round force buy, he had an AK, and he absolutely destroyed them. Arch understanding what's on the other side, so they supply the pressure thick and fast, try to pull out what utility they can. 4 block smokes, upgraded pistols, and some armor. A MAC-10 acts like an AK at this distance. And an AK gets destroyed by a 5.7 on the other side. And this is the go call for the B hit. And there's 2 here up close. Scrappy playing off his friend from long side. And it's back and forth. The affair continues. 3v3 going to go into this post plant. Flanks are going to be covered. Guess are moving up quick. 5.7 on the long side. Malik takes the space for himself. And A deep post plant is going to make this hard for Guest to get back in with an 8K in the hand of Ruddix. An MP9 on the other side, a little bit of a head shake there. You can see it. They don't even want to go for this. Fur re-smokes cave side with 3 HP. It's the right call. Save territory for Guest as Arch about to post a 7th. And it will be save for Guest going into the next. So maybe an 8-8 scoreline. Arch can do this and take it to a map 3 of Mirage. Got scary for a second, but only a second. This should be 10 on the board for Guess, but they fumbled the second round. It is what it is. Tom is going crazy. Tom Hank 222 in chat is going absolutely nuts. I love it. Passion displayed. You must be an amazing Counter-Strike player. Have this much passion rooting for the home team, it seems. Webb's grabbed some space with the Mac 10 out towards mid. The solo AK of Redux is here, but as it gets flashed off the line, respect is given. And it's just spam through the wood wall harassment as they know what's on the other side. USP's MP9 unarmored, waiting for a fight. This should be an 8 for Arch, tying this game up. And flash and go. In. First clear. Goes the MP9's way, and he's trying to continuously fight forward. Fur gets tapped out by the USP, and that's a closed gap. That's another 4v3 for the Guest side, and they've closed in. AK picked up, making a second for Hellkiss, and they're still marching up this ramp. 5.7 or P250 from close is not a great or ideal weapon. This is in CS 1.6 or Source. And they find the frags, but it's Plaid Stripes in the kill feed, and it comes down to Baltazar. 5.7, opposite side of the map, and a very doable one. Why not go for it? He's here on time, 40 seconds. No kit, though. Ooh, juicy AK. Blocks the first. Tries to spray, but Wise realizing this guy just picked up an AK. He's going to reset 8 and 8. A little bit of friendly banter there right at the end of the round. Saying, hello, I see you. How are you? Let's make a nice cup of tea. Bag. 8-8 now. Round 17. Winner takes the lead. Arch, feeling pretty confident off that one. Arviden questioning. I get the op or the AK, and he's been told AK. Doesn't matter. M4s via AK. It's a pretty classic round of Counter-Strike. Wise looking for a first fight with his M4 on the T side. It's just a straight A rush from the Arch side, and the Donut player is going to hear this. Heavy utility in. Olo trying to find one. He does good for it, and the smoke plumes protecting him, and they're chasing him down. Reload comes through, and Wise trying to chase him down, but the rotates are in. A little bit of a fumble chase here in the lineup, and a double down. No way, a 3-piece for Scrappy in the first rifle round back. Guess, say nay, nay. Arch, you cannot have the lead. Something they've failed to maintain since round number 6, when that tied scoreline came through at 3-3. Guess back in the lead, and that's an expensive one to feel for the Arch squad, because the fact that they're going up against an eco round, they lose 3. The fact that they're going up against another eco round and they lose 3 keeps their bank accounts pretty humble. Wise going to be on a Mac 10. He gives it over to Webson, who's probably the IGL of this squad, as per positions played. Guess a chance to get to that 10th we talked about off that pistol secured. But they fumbled, and it was 3 in a row for Arch instead. Go towards mid. Fur. Rock. Hard place. Add a little Ruddix, and there's 3 spots you can't move. Mac 10 for Webson does take space, and he's happy to play here, but Scrappy on the other side with the AK says no. Quick little fallback. Block utility. Swing on to sight. Hellkiss stands tall. Scrappy plays spam through the smoke and the wood wall, but it's Malik to rise victorious on the other side. He's getting chipped away from both sides. Look at the HP. Webson and Malik 8 combined. Molly lands a little deep, and they're going to press the issue. They don't seem to care. Last 2 HPs, only 8 combined, and it's tags galore. Final frags found, and it's a 10th for a guess. The bomb plant should help Arch get a purchase, but I doubt it. Double digits secured, and Guess now 3 away We're putting egg on the face of Arch. An entry-level team taking out an advanced-level team, and Tom is pissed. Taking one piece of information and make a bet, you're bound to fail. 2 AKs on the CT side now, and a poor purchase. But Arch did this very same thing in round number 2 that Guess failed. So here we go. Don't give up the first fight in Red Room. Don't jump through the smoke. Don't try to fight solo through Donut Guess, and you guys should be sailing on your way to 11. Straight B hit coming in. Let's watch that util on the mini-map arise. Molly towards ramp. They got to feed through it. Nade chunky to the depths as well, and they're ready. Crossfire established. M4, line them up, knock them down. A nice 2-piece from Hellkiss. That's a great way to hold the site. You don't mind. 3v3 going into this. Post plant, not even established just yet. You can see the pitter patter here as Webson tries to close this gap. Lips yapping. What's the plan here? Guess moving in. They lost 2 on the site. They played 2 trades. That's weapons handed over. Swing from Webb confirms information. Longside push not good enough. Wise as the smoke fades, finds his frag. Redux next up. Around the smoke, clips the wings of Webson as he dashes a little bit of water on him. Wise up close, and this is a tricky round. They're moving quick. Redux with the kit. Find the first frag, looking for more, but he's got to get on that bomb now. Stick, hold, next fight fought from Cave, and it's the Glock, but it goes down, and the bomb defused. Nicely done for Guess to find 11, and against that kind of purchase, 2 surviving, good enough for the girls I go out with, and Redux almost gets caught. If that was a P250, a 5.7, a Tech 9, he was down, and Arch would have been at 9. But Guess instead find 11, and it was a pretty scary one. That sight hold seems like it should have got more against the Eco. Whoever was on default just forced forward by Flames and Molly. So well done for Arch to execute the way they did. Guess, skin of their teeth, 2 away. Layered flashes out towards mid. It's Webson edging that smoke, Elige style. He's looking for support from Fur, but on a timing, the Molly blocks. It's great from Scrappy to do that. It does get taken. It's a couple of solo fights to the CT side, but they're looking for it. Redux doesn't seem to care too much. He's just waiting, hoping, praying. It is Red Room garnered for Arch for the time being. They don't really know they have full control of it. It's causing Guess to maybe second guess. They want to fight through this smoke and Jaguar. They're spamming. Fur wants to play this game with them. It's mid-space gained. Uh-oh, check towards top mid. Frag found. No way, it's Webson holding it down. He understands the pressure that Fur has applied, forcing the fight forward. Redux plays trade. And now everybody from Arch congregating towards B, and as the util lands, it's Hellkiss. Of course it is. Doubles down from sight, looking for a third, but Wise cleans it up. Scrappy, again, that second layer from the cave push that hasn't happened from Guess just yet. Springs the trap in the final frag found. Nice job from Baltazar. Smashes Wise back, and now Guess 1 away from eliminating Arch here at Exort Fiesta Series 1 Closed Qualifier. Group D matchup. Elimination. Arch. Purchase poor, but this is where it seems they do their best work. A little bit of speed might catch Guess off, and it's only 4 they need. 4 is a tall task against the squad, bolstered by AKs, the op, kits, helmets, all the utility possible, and a big boy Molly combo in towards mid with an aid. Trying to go through this anyways. Flashes and go, but there's not enough. Scrappy calls off the fight towards mid. He's caught through cave by the Molly. Nice dink coming through the smoke. Fur pissed. Webb takes one of his own. And this makes this a little bit easier. Redux catches the smoke drop from Webb, and it's a 5v4 early. Guess your best chance right now. Close this out. Second fight forward, and Fur catches. That's not a great piece of information to lose for the Guess side. They're 2-2, and execute could overwhelm. We know how strong the B site defense is. They're good for 2 every time you hit them. But that gets a chance for the post plant. The fact that utility's running dry for Arch as well, it's going to be a heads-up battle. B ramp push is beautifully timed right now. Look at this. Malik's going to come back with a Mag 10, but he splits the net. And now there's just one on B site. One wrapping through T-spawn, and he's going to be late to the party towards A, but as Red Room gets gifted over to the CT's, Guess closing this gap with information. Malik makes noise with the Mag 10. Hellkiss says, I'm good here, boys. It's just one. Rex wants to kill him. He wants to get this frag back, but he hears the pitter-patter onto the A site. He has to be mindful of his flank, but he's got support from elbow. Gap to be close. He can stay focused forward on the first fight. He's good for it. Catch towards lower mid is good. Wise tag down. Bomb goes onto the A site. 3v2 in this post. Op from Baltazar up close, and he smashes Wise through the box. 1v3 for Fur. He can't find it. Guess eliminate Arch from Fiesta Series 1 Closed Qualifier Group D. GG's in the chat. And it's unfortunate that Arch happened to miss map 1. I think they would have been able to take Anubis over the line, but guess just fine. And now they get to meet up with Fire Flux. I think that's going to be a tomorrow matchup to complete the rest of Group D. So let's go over this one real quick, chat. Who have we eliminated so far? Group A, Subtop the France, gone. Raccoons, they're through. Group B, Bench Gods, they've made it through. Train Launchers, out. We enter Group D, the winner so far, New Vision, they've made their way into that single elimination bracket, sorry, after these GSL groups. And now Arch gone. Coming up, we have a little Privateer Phantom Academy, followed by, I think, Eternal Premium and Revise. I'm not quite sure. Stick around, more Counter-Strike to happen. See you in 10.